Hi everyone.
Hi guys,
My name is Nadia Dubiel and I'm a body and mind coach. And
my name's Elliot Harlin Bethel and I am an energy coach.
perfect. So we connected today to talk to you about some of our experiences that made us realize a lot of things and learn some powerful stuff about life and tips that we want to share with you about.
Yeah, so today we're kind of going to talk about self-love and how the catalyst for my awakening and the catalyst for change for me was as a breakup, splitting up with my ex-partner, losing my house, my daughter, and my vibration went very, very low at one point, and I took it to a point where I knew that I'd taken such a low point that it was never going to go back to that point. So the only way was up. I almost surrendered and asked for a higher power to step in and to show me the way of where I needed to go. And I think a lot of people are relating to this these days. So Nadia is going to talk about some of the things that helped become a catalyst for her change, and we're going to see if you guys relate or resonate to any of it.
I totally resonate with this, and I think it's so important for us. It's a basic thing for any of us to create a really wonderful, strong, authentic relationship with other person. But the basic thing to know is that we really have to love ourselves first, and really have to know ourselves first to to truly love someone else. And I've become a victim of that few times. I've been in few unsuccessful relationships recently, and actually I've become single
So
2 days ago.
I'm laughing because
It's okay.
I've had many relationships, and it's just yeah, no, loads. But the thing is, I've noticed the patterns now on why these relationships were successful, why some of them were successful to a point, and then why they were unsuccessful. So I think that having so many has actually helped me grow as a person. So it's definitely a positive thing.
So what's the biggest learning from your unsuccessful
That
relationships?
that if I was judging people and I was in a relationship and I was judging that person, in fact, what I'm actually doing is judging myself. So I'm never going to love somebody fully until I love myself, because if I've got parts of myself that I'm not happy with, I'm going to find those parts that I'm happy with myself in other people, because I'm going to be drawing that vibration towards me. So if I'm not happy with the way I look and I'm not comfortable and confident with going out feeling confident with how I look, I'm going to draw people that have a similar thing, because it's just going to mirror to me what I need to work on. So, and it's one of those things that's such there in your face the whole time, and it's so obvious that sometimes the things that are in plain sight are the most difficult things to see. This is what I was finding. I don't know about yourself, but the work that I've done on myself over the years, the last 3 years, I'm really starting to notice now that the people and the relationships I'm drawing into my life are much more wholesome. People are a lot more trustworthy. There's a lot more integrity. There's a lot more joyfulness, prosperity, happiness, health. All of these things that I've been embodying in myself over the last 3 years are really starting to come through in my relationships. And when I start to say that I want to find people that have very similar attributes to what I've got, obviously I'm meeting all you guys here and we're creating this team, and it's whatever you feel within, you start to see within your outside world.
Totally, agree. Your outer world is a reflection of your inner world. So totally agree, and I really resonate as well with what you said. That when I look back at all my 4 relationships, serious ones, okay.
Yeah, that's good.
And so it's so true. So my first relationship was just a disaster, and I stayed with that person for 8 years of my life, and it took me about 4 years to get over it. That it was
Wow.
abusive in any level. It was just a massive, horrible disaster. I just didn't know, obviously, what love, relationships. I just thought being abused and being I don't know, just treated like horribly. It's okay. That's just the way it is. It was just horrible. And then from then, obviously, I attracted another relationship that was a toxic relationship. So I experienced that as well.
Yeah.
And after my second toxic relationship, that's when I really decided to when I hit the bottom back then, because I was dumped for another woman, and I just realized that I don't know who I am, and I didn't feel feminine enough. I didn't feel sexy. I didn't feel any of this. I was just a wreck,
Can I ask
basically.
you, did you go from one relationship quite quickly into the next relationship?
No,
No.
no. So I had 4 years break, and then a toxic relationship, and then I had a 2-year break, and I got to a wonderful relationship actually.
Good.
So everything was great, but we were not the right people. So basically, I realized that belief system is very important. So my previous partner was from a different religion, and it was too important for him. And I'm not religious, and I didn't want to compromise my values and my beliefs for relationship, and because raising children in the future would be a big issue.
Yes. Yeah.
And my recent relationship, it was again a different learning, because I wanted to see if I can be in a relationship with someone who's not spiritual, and spirituality is for me very important. So it's impossible.
So I'm not religious either, but I respect other people's opinions, because obviously what I'm seeing in my reality is different from what you're seeing and feeling in your reality. And I believe we can all have our own beliefs and still live alongside each other happily, as long as I don't try to push my values on someone else.
Yeah.
I believe we can all live alongside each other and get along very well. So
Yeah.
it's when somebody tries to push their beliefs on you that I believe that's when it becomes a little bit of an issue.
Totally. And it's if you're pushing your beliefs into other person, it means that you don't love yourself, because you really love is not judgmental, and love is about being open and acceptable, and accepting everything,
Accepting all parts of yourself.
of yourself and other people. And another important thing I want to talk about is the signs. There were signs at the beginning of the relationship when I got with him that were just so obvious now when I look back. That was
So this is a
telling me,
really
"No, don't do
important
this."
subject that I like to talk to people about, is that we have something called intuition. We have gut feeling, and we've all kind of been deprogrammed or desensitized to using our intuition, because nowadays, if I was to say to you, Nadia, do you like this watch? I haven't got a watch on, by the way, but if I was to say, do you like this watch? Nowadays, people would think, I wonder whether my boss would like it, I wonder if my family would like it, I wonder if it would go with this outfit. So we break it down into so many different categories. Whereas years ago, we'd have just looked at it and intuition, you'd have gone, boom, I like it or I don't like it. I've really been working over the last 3 years to come back to my intuition and make every decision from intuition. There's a great teacher years ago called Joseph Campbell. He wrote a book called A Hero with 1,000 Faces. And his teaching to all of his students was follow your bliss. So if you follow your bliss, what happens is every decision you make, you enjoy it. So you enjoy it from within. And when you enjoy every decision, it puts you on a railway track to the next decision that will lead to your joy. Because it's almost like it's laid out for you. But if you start to overthink things and start using your mind to make decisions, then that's when you get yourself into all sorts of trouble. So my advice to anybody is to definitely start believing in your intuition. It's almost like a superpower that we have that puts you on the right track.
It is a superpower,
Yes,
of course.
this is your saying, isn't it?
Yes. And intuition is one of our superpowers. And I've been working on understanding actually intuition for the last few years, basically. And there's still so much to learn, because our intuition lies in our gut, and it's deeply connected to our heart. And what I learned recently is that you really have to be open into believing in it, and listening to it, not listening to, as you said, to your logical analytical thinking, but basically listening to the wisdom basically that you get from your ancestors, from just everywhere. And it's infinite. And when you listen, basically your intuition communicates with your heart, and your heart transcends it into your brain and to everything, and it's just amazing stuff.
So a lot of people nowadays are saying that we have 3 brains. We have a brain here, a brain here, and a brain here.
Totally.
Now, my theory, and the reason that I gave up eating meat and became practically vegan, and obviously do a lot of fasting, obviously I'm just about to attempt 40 days with no food, but I believe your gut needs to be in the clearest and best position. So if you're uploading loads of crap food into it, it affects your intuition. And then that's not going to send out the right signals to your heart, which your heart is the transponder to sending out your aura and your... So then you're not going to draw the right things. And it's very interesting that I sat down and drew a picture the other day of the Taurus field, or your energy field, or your aura. So if you draw it, it's a circle above your head.
Donut.
Now what does that look like? It looks like it looks like a angel.
The crown thing, the halo,
Right, now if you take the halo and you join it to the aura, and then you take the halo out of it. What does it look like we've got? It looks like we've got wings.
Oh wow,
So
that's
the
amazing.
aura and the torus field actually look like a halo and wings.
Okay.
Now the Greek word angel, angelos, actually translates to messenger. And there's obviously stories that we're all messengers and we've all got a message for each other. But in order to connect that message, we have to have the right energy field.
Of course, yeah. And balanced energy, being in harmony.
Yes.
And you know what you said, the wings. So from my teaching, I learned that, you know, we obviously we have masculine, we have feminine.
Yes.
So our left side is all, you know, feminine energy, and the right side is all masculine energy, and so on. It's all about balancing those two within yourself.
Yeah.
And it's something, you know, that's we talked about relationship, but it's very important, because if your energy is not balanced within yourself, and a lot of my friends that are single, for example, they really want to attract this masculine man,
Right.
and macho man that, you know, he's confident, all this and that, but they are very strong-minded and masculine women themselves. So obviously they're not gonna attract a man who is masculine, because they're masculine themselves. So obviously they are gonna
attract to balance it out.
yeah, so they're gonna attract always a feminine guy, which they don't want. That's why it's so important to.
So it's funny, one of my affirmations over the last 3 years has been my masculine and feminine energies are balanced and in unity, and also my left and right brain hemisphere. So there's an ancient teaching that the subconscious is the feminine and the conscious is the masculine. Have you heard this?
No.
So the subconscious is the programs and what we objectify and create.
Yeah.
But the male is the conscious. So the male impregnates the subconscious. The subconscious is the feminine because it's the womb, and then the womb then objectifies it and gives birth to it.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's nice. That's
so this is one of
analogy.
Neville Goddard's ways of talking about it. He wrote a book called Think Rich, Grow Rich, and another book called Feeling is the Secret.
Oh.
So feeling is the secret is life-changing for me, because another word for feeling is emotion, and then emotion means energy emotion. So you can have all these affirmations and all these good thoughts, but if you don't put the emotion into it, you're not putting the energy into motion, it's just stagnant. So until you put that feeling or the energy into it, nothing's going to happen.
Yeah.
So for those two things to be combined, that's when magic starts to happen.
Yeah, totally. And you know, when it comes to affirmations, so I learned something really powerful recently. When you listen to affirmations, it's very important that your brain is in a lower vibration. It's called theta state. Theta state. So basically, we in that state only before we go to sleep and before we wake up. So that is the best time.
Or in meditation.
Or in meditation, yeah, because you know, because when we're children, our brain is in theta state as well. That's why we absorb and when we acquire all the subconscious programming. And then as we grow older, the vibration of our brain gets higher and becomes much harder to get into.
Well, there's actually some people that can meditate down to a delta brainwave, which is almost like being dead or being in a very deep sleep. There's some yogis that can do that, which is very interesting. But that's how to really access the subconscious, isn't it? Because when we're asleep, the conscious mind goes to sleep. But the subconscious stays awake while we're asleep. So I actually started playing affirmations through the night while I was asleep, so that it really penetrated my subconscious.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how you wake up the next day and you almost feel like something has shifted or changed just by listening to it in your sleep. But you don't remember any of it because you're off in la la land.
Yeah, exactly. That's amazing. And it's so important as well to before you go to sleep, to not to feel bad or negative about yourself.
Yes.
Because throughout night your brain downloads everything that happens basically, and everything what you hear that you're telling yourself throughout the day. So it's important that you tell yourself positive, wonderful things.
Yeah.
And again, the same when you wake up.
Because that's the vibration and energy that you'll take through into the next day.
Yeah.
Because there was a writer I was reading about, and he said that his most successful writings were, if he said the night before that he was going to write a book, and he told his subconscious this, and he gave it a few ideas, it was almost like he had these tiny workers that went to work for him during the night, so that when he got up in the morning to write his book, the book was already written, and he just needed to channel it.
Oh, that's amazing, yeah.
Yeah, so it's one way of looking at it. There's loads of different perspectives,
Yes.
but obviously we all find our own ways and tap into that. But
Yeah, exactly.
it's a powerful thing. Yeah.
Right. Relationship talk didn't go well.
No, so
No,
we
it's
just
a
waffled
little
on
bit
loads
of
of other things,
everything.
but we covered a bit
It's
of
a
everything.
conversation, so
Yeah.
and I'm sure you found some tips that
It's,
you
it's,
can
all,
use.
it's all related.
Of course it is. Everything is connected. Anyway.
Cool.
So
So I hope you've enjoyed that talk today. We've actually got to get back downstairs now, but if you'd like to find either of us, we're going to put the links in the tab below, our Facebooks, our Instagrams and our YouTubes. Please spread as much awareness about this as you can. Obviously, we're trying to get this out to as many people as possible, because 3 years ago I was in a situation where if I stumbled across a video like this, I could have really done with listening to it. And if you found this video today, you might find that you found it for a reason. You've resonated towards it, and there might be some hidden nuggets in there for you. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
Yeah, of course. So please, if you found this video great, beneficial, if you learned something, just talk about it with your friends, with your family, whoever, and just share the knowledge. And let's connect. Reach out to me on Facebook, on LinkedIn as well. I'm very, very open to conversation. I love talking about body and mind health, anything. And yeah, so hopefully we stay in touch. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah.